This is Richard J. Allen's Petty and Ill-Informed Podcast, recorded live weekly on YouTube.
Enjoying the Austin Powers vibe from that opening song.
Yeah, baby. I was going to go straight in with an Austin Powers sort of Richard Allen. Do I make you horny, baby? Do I? Like Richard down the pub last night.
You done? Okay, you done.
Uh,
Welcome everyone that can hear the sound of my voice to this week's edition of the Petty and Ill-Informed Podcast, where we talk bullshit for half an hour and then maybe we'll talk about a topic. I don't know. Depends if my internet connection will hold up. Joining me as always, it's Nikki and Kevin.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
hello, everyone.
Doing well.
I'm
Nice
Just
to have you
happy
back,
to be
Nikki.
here this week. Thank you.
Yeah,
You were missed.
Richard had the Brexit internet last weekend. The Brexit internet shortage.
I heard you had the show all to yourself.
Yeah, a wee bit uncomfortable
I
because
bet.
I just love Richard so much.
I was driving around everywhere.
Yeah.
I had company for like 2 weeks.
Oh, that's too much. That's too much.
It was great. One of them is from Puerto Rico, and so I think we went across 5 or 6 states while she was here. We just went road tripping for a couple days in a row. It's great.
Oh, that's not so bad. It wasn't just like everybody stuck in your house for.
No. Just 2 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right then.
Yeah, it
If
wasn't
you
bad.
know Nikki, that's 2 people too many.
That's very true. It's always, yeah. I love having guests, but I'm also very happy when they're gone.
Well, I think it's tight quarters. You know what I mean? You have to be able to either fit right into each other, and if you can, then that's cool. And otherwise, it's very, very hard, awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all get along. We all got along. It was great. Just, I'm just not a people person. I sound like a people person. I act like a people person, but at the end of the day, I don't want the people.
So just like everybody on this panel, this is
Basically.
this
Yeah,
is this is the extent of my people personing every week.
Yep. I love people, but I love people over there. You know, when they're not
Over there.
here.
In
Yeah.
their corner.
Over there, where they're not here.
Well, what pissed you off this week, Richard? Because I know something did.
Oh, I realised I had myself muted there. What pissed me off, Kevin? I'll tell you what pissed me off. Society, the French, idiot Prime Minister, the French, food shortages, the French, a crappy Brexit deal, the French, and racism, and the French.
Right.
That's
Right.
what pissed me off this week.
Yep, exactly.
Ironic.
Well, it's funny
The
because
French aren't a race. They are the spawn of Satan. When God was creating the earth, he bent over the British Isles and took a great shit, and that shit was France.
you do realize
Wow.
It's in the Bible in Corinthians. Okay.
Well, the modern idea of France, as it is, France was part of the British Empire for a long time. At least parts of it. Not all of it, but some of it. And
Well, we didn't even have to fight them We just sent some troops over there and they surrendered.
Well, no, no. Let's get it historically accurate. The Normans invaded England and won. They came over here and
Yeah, but
beat.
they were Danish Vikings,
Well, that's true.
so they weren't French.
They were Viking-esque people. Yeah.
So the Normans, they were Danish Vikings, and then we invaded France, and they just surrendered because they're garlic munching surrender monkeys.
and 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 in that one sigh, my wife is complete once again. She
What?
she misses. She says that the best part about the show is whenever you just go, or I mean, she she basically listens for the Nikki size, and then that's it.
Oh,
She,
she's
she,
not the only one.
she
Richard enjoys the Nikki size.
yeah, she could be arsed about anything I say or Richard, as far as that goes. But yeah.
I just felt like giving back, what I received earlier with the
Oh,
yawning.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do it on the air, did I? That's the difference between me and you.
Aw, pumpkin.
Professionalism.
Princess.
I didn't give you the yawn while we were going live.
No,
So
no, you just did it while I was telling an important story about my life.
it was a boring story. No
Your
one cared.
face is a boring story and no one cares.
Your mum is a boring story and no one cares.
Rude.
Yeah, I went there. Had to be done. Get a bit of an insurrection here. Got to put you little co-hosts back in your place.
oh, I'm not. I'm like I said. I'm just back in the box. I'm just happy to be here. You know what I mean? I don't rebel. I don't rebel against the English masters. He,
I do all the time.
and
It's what my country does. America. And we win.
Yeah, with the French's help.
It doesn't matter. We still won. The French beat you.
It does kind of matter that with the French's help, you kind of owe your independence to the French.
That's fine, but that still means that your country technically lost to the French.
No, we lost to the Americans, all right?
No. But with the French's help, because we couldn't have done it alone, right? So the French were involved. Therefore, your country lost because of the French.
No, we lost because of General Washington's amazing strategies and awesomeness. Not anything.
It doesn't. That doesn't work for us though.
No, it doesn't. You were only won because of the French.
Aw, pumpkin, you're so wrong.
No, I'm right. If you look at history,
well, the Hessians, the Germans might have something to say about that. But the fact of the matter was that General von Steuben, training people at the uh, Battle of Valley Forge, into actually making an army out of a militia, might have something to do with it. Just say it.
I watched Mel Gibson's movie and there was no Germans. So
Oh, that's brilliant,
but
Dan.
there was a French guy. So
Yeah, a Frenchman.
yeah. So and that's Mel Gibson, a source you can trust.
Absolutely.
I
I
have
mean,
so many.
well, I mean, I, I'm still of the two minds about Mel, because obviously I loved Mel Gibson in the Lethal Weapon movies, and I loved him in Mad Max and the Warrior trilogy, and he probably should have again stopped right there. That would have been
He
all
should
right.
have killed himself after those movies.
He should have stopped. He should have just stopped. But like I said, a lot of people like the Passion of the Christ. I mean,
Can't think of anyone specific, but
Well, it wasn't me. I mean, it's not.
Braveheart was good as well. I mean,
I used to own every single one of his movies. I had posters on my wall. I was genuinely heartbroken when he flipped out on the police officer and then told his wife that he deserved a blowjob before she got in the hot tub.
feel
So,
like
From
feel
the
like
police officer?
no, I said he told his, yeah, from the police officer. He just wanted a blowjob from the police officer, and he was very angry that the Jewish police officer wouldn't give him a blowjob.
Oh, all right then.
I
Okay.
understand.
Well,
We all want a Jewish police officer to give us a blowjob, but we can't always get what we want.
but sometimes you just might get what you need.
Which is, losing all of your job abilities because no one wants to hire you because you're a liability.
Well, I mean, we come down to the idea of the fact that of course, while I think Mel Gibson was born or lived in America. Where was he born?
He was
He-
born in America, but he lived in Australia for a good amount of his life. He came back to
Yeah.
the US when he was like 13 or something.
Right. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, a very similar scenario to how I ended up here sometimes. You know what I mean? And from that standpoint, you can understand that. I mean, but then to say that Mel Gibson, I mean, I would imagine, not that I know for sure, but I would imagine that uh, Australia has its own wee share of, right wing and nationalist types that are
No.
very sort
and
of,
sovereign citizen. I've discovered.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think that that's one of those things where we don't necessarily ever talk about it. That's an American phenomenon, but it's not in a lot of ways. There's a very, very sort of strong um, anti. Obviously South Africa, former British colony, Australia. There's not always the best racial relationship in those places. That has nothing to do with America. It just seems to be one of them things where for whatever reason, America gets turned on as the scapegoat of things, and I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. But I'm saying that obviously in your formative years, by the time you're
I,
13, by the time you're 13, you know whether you're a racist or
if
not.
you listen to him flipping out, honestly, his real issue was with Jews within Hollywood.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
yeah.
all. His issue was with Jews in Hollywood. And that's kind of understandable, I guess. Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
We're
It's
learning
like the
some things
mafia.
about Nikki
Well, no.
right
I mean, it's
now
kind
that
of
we
like the
didn't know
mafia
before.
back in the 50s. They pretty much ran Hollywood. I
He's
mean,
a bit
Frank Sinatra.
anti-Semitic.
Yeah, no. Frank Sinatra owed his career, and so did Dean Martin, mostly to the mafia. I mean, I'm just saying.
right. I get what you're
They
saying.
owed their careers to Bugsy Siegel, the greatest mobster ever. All right, not to the mafia, to Bugsy Siegel.
Well, who
He
was part of
built
the
that
Well, it was
city.
part of the mob.
He built that city, and there's not even a statue of him.
Aw, pumpkin.
well,
Yeah, I saw that SoFlo, the biggest miscarriage of justice ever.
what was
Whatever.
that?
Jeremy DeWitt gets 18 months plus time served.
Oh.
He took a plea deal. He
Hey,
can do less
he'll
than
be
a
back
year.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah, but he
He'll
won't
stop
be.
whinging about it.
Okay, I haven't whinged about that in months. First
Okay.
of all, get your facts right,
Oh,
little
pumpkin.
Miss Piggy. Let's
Miss Piggy. Wow.
let's just get that one underlined.
He knows he's in trouble. You know you're in trouble, right?
For what? Why am I in trouble?
Call me Miss Piggy
Look
on
at
air.
your little nose. Your little piggy nose. That's why I'm calling you Miss Piggy.
That is,
He's so nice to
There's
me.
your sigh, Samantha. You're welcome. Also, I'll DM you my digits.
Samantha. My wife?
Yeah,
Samara?
your wife.
That's not her
Samara.
name. Yeah.
Samara, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, just call Nikki a pig nose and pronounce my wife's name wrong. I can already hear. I think at this point in time she's got the knife sharpener already started, and I can hear the grinding of the cutlass across this.
I made her sigh, alright? Samara got her wish, Nikki sighed.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah, he lives for that. He knows that that's
That's where the line is.
that's where the line is when I
When she
sigh.
sighs, that's when you stop. Anyway. Yeah, no. It's nice that DeWitt only got 18 months for 10 years of police impersonation. You know, your country's broken, but, you know.
Yeah, our country's absolutely broken. I have never said otherwise.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
I look at it from this standpoint. It's always that sort of idea of the swings and roundabouts, right? When do we ever get to the sweet spot? You know, where where you're like, okay, either nobody's getting punished enough, or we go too far. You know what I mean? It's either one or the other. Nobody ever proposes, okay, yeah, this person should be in jail for 20 years. It should either be, let's string them up, that's it, get it over with, dead, or 18 months in prison. It seems to me that's always the way. We need to find ourselves a penal colony somewhere in, South America that we can just dump these bastards. Like, like the French
the
did.
Australians.
Yeah. Or Australia. I wasn't going to bring that up.
Oh, I will. Australia's not real anyway.
It's a lie.
It is a lie. Everybody is a paid actor.
That's what happened to that dude that sold the Donner Party, that Matt. He died in South America trying to establish a colony for ex-Confederates.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, treacherous.
Well, but that's the thing. I don't know if I should. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, as these things go on, this is how it is. This is how it is. We are willing to spread our economic or our political problems to uncharted places in the world. That's all I'm saying. Maybe we should just buy like Siberia from somebody, or China, Mongolia or something. Just
From
find a place.
China. Buy Siberia from China.
Well,
I think Putin might have something to say about that.
Well, all I'm saying is, we don't need all of it. We just need the section of it, and just sort
We
of.
don't have any of it. Siberia is part of Russia.
I understand where it is, but we bought Alaska.
Apparently not, Kevin.
We bought Alaska from the Russians. Let's not forget that. I mean,
Really?
huh?
You bought Alaska. Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So therefore, from as far as I'm concerned, let's buy a piece of property, and like I said, just sort of fence it off, and to like maybe the
What
size
about Alaska? You could use that as a penal colony.
right. Well,
Wow, you guys.
That's
Just
it.
saying, it's possible.
Isn't that the whole idea behind that Handmaid's Tale thing?
Have you seen the Handmaid's Tale?
I refuse to watch it.
Why?
Because I mean, it strikes too close to home. I could actually see that freaking happening.
Oh, me too.
No, Nikki wants to talk. Let her talk, Kevin. Go.
No, I don't have anything to say other than that.
No,
I'm just
no,
saying.
you do. Come on.
I was just asking if he'd seen it.
No, come on, talk about it. The
I don't
Handmaid's Tale, go.
nothing. I was going to say that, incels are clamoring for it and wishing for it to happen now as it is. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. Oh my gosh.
So basically, the idea is that these old wizened, old crotchety people, uh, these chicks can't have babies anymore because they're all wizened and screwed up. So they have to take regular sort of fertile people and make them into like their wee whores or something.
Not quite.
Oh, okay.
You said that you don't want to watch it because it hits too close to home, but you don't know what it's about.
No, no, I understand. That's just a Northern Irish quick spin on it. As far as I'm
Ah,
concerned, these god prodding pure titties just force other women to have the babies because they're all wizened up, and which would be again, in my view, God's punishment. If God had cast you barren, that would be in these people's views. Wouldn't that be sort of the idea of that's what you get? I mean, I'm
well, no. I
provoking.
mean, the rich
I'm
people
provoking.
are trying to get babies from these women who can bear children. So it's not really that's what you get. It's we have money, we can afford these women who can have children.
Oh, so it's a class. It's a class thing. It's not a. It's not a
Oh,
necessarily.
so you don't know what it's about.
No, I don't. I said I don't. I'm just. I just said. I just see these women walking around. In their red capes with the big blinders on, the big thing that says they're not allowed to look anywhere else. I mean, I did start to watch it, and then I was just like, yeah,
It's
you know.
actually a pretty good show, but I'm not like completely up to date with it because
Well, but so from that standpoint, I'll just say this: rich people can get away with whatever they want.
absolutely.
We're already there.
Yep,
We're already there. They don't go to jail, and they can do whatever they want because they got money.
it's true.
And we live in a society that worships money. So therefore, rich people do whatever they want. And if they can get away with it, then that just proves the genius of the fact that they have money because they're genius. And that's why they shouldn't pay the price. I mean, name a billionaire that's gone to jail ever, other than Conrad Black.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, he was in detention, right? We don't know actually what would have happened to him in the end.
Yeah, if he hadn't hung himself,
Right. Or whatever.
he didn't hang himself.
I don't know if he did or not, but
He didn't kill
like I said,
himself.
well,
Nope.
yeah. eh, I mean, but this is the thing that we this is the thing where we there's lots of different candidates for who would want Jeffrey Epstein dead.
Oh yeah, just about every political figure in the world.
Right. The same people who would have supposedly have killed Princess Diana would have wanted Jeffrey Epstein dead
Hmm.
if uh, if Prince Andrew is involved in sad things. How did that play out in the newspaper over there, Richard? That he's going to be able to be sued. Your mic is muted. He's just going to ignore it. But yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, I'm sure that it wasn't just that. There's probably if Epstein was doing this, I'm sure that there's uh, members of the royal families of a lot of different countries who are probably wanting to get rid of him. Doesn't just necessarily have to do with America. What's
That's true.
Richard? Yeah,
I have no idea what he's doing.
yeah. He's probably watching The Handmaid's Tale.
Yep, that's what he's doing. I betcha.
The sock puppet tale.
I like to think that he just went to the bathroom to take a painful shit, and that's just kind of his comeuppance for being a dick to me today.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm just saying.
Well, I know, but Nikki, what I'm trying to say is how many hours in the week are there? And so, then there's this 1 hour of talking to the three of us, together.
That's true. That's true.
And and at that point in time, I mean, hopefully there is not some sort of internet cloud storm. But, again, Richard was complaining that he couldn't get Doritos. Maybe somebody's come door to door
Hmm.
with some black market Doritos
Yeah.
that fell off the back of the lorry, and he's currently hiding them in his back garden shed because he has enough salsa and not enough Doritos.
Well, I hope that salsa burns his asshole. It burns his asshole right on up. I want him shaking his fist at the sky, asking God why. That's how hard I want it to burn his asshole.
Should we sneak in bottles of salsa from America with like Scotch bonnet in it and stuff like that?
Yeah, he couldn't handle it. There's a
Yeah.
video of him on Facebook crying over a jalapeno. A jalapeno. Like, he's so white. Mayonnaise is too spicy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who we're dealing with.
Well, as far as spicy foods and the English palate, unless people have sort of gotten used to curries and things like that, it's not very, you know, uh, diverse. You know what I mean? And the
Yeah. Yeah.
pepper, just regular pepper, steak al poivre with just pepper in it, black ground pepper in it, could be too spicy, literally.
Exactly. And I eat like ghost peppers and stuff. I have no idea where he went. He ran away with some chick in a Ferrari.
Oh, the neighbors the next door neighbor's grandmother. I mean, I remember
You remember that?
he was saying she was relatively hot,
Yeah.
and so I think
We've
so.
we've been talking about that for a while. I'm always giving him crap about having sex with the next door neighbor's grandma. Not that
He
he
was
has, but I
But
can't give
you
you.
don't know that I never had sex with that grandma. Just want that pointed out.
You might have. She might have given you a good gumming,
Hmm.
but I would have assumed you would have told me how good it was.
It was pretty good, let me tell you.
Yeah, she gave him a handmaiden's tale. That's for sure. Woohoo!
Tying it all together like it.
Wow, love it. Call back.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Anyway, so at this point of the night, we like to move on to the show's topic.
But we don't know what the topic is.
I do.
Oh,
Kevin, if you'd like to do an incredibly bad segue,
okay. Well, what's the topic?
the topic is Samantha Wohlford.
Well, what did she do?
She murdered her husband for YouTube fame.
Oh, okay. Speaking of people who murder people for YouTube fame, Samantha. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. She seems like the type of person that would let a rich person bone her for money.
That's right.
Yeah, so therefore,
Speaking of people who have taken painful shits, I mean, that's not wrong. Like Dane Cook said, everyone's taken a painful shit.
That's right. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Richard.
All right. So
Samantha Wohlford.
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 She wanted YouTube fame.
Wait a minute. Wohlford. Isn't that where EastEnders is filmed? Wohlford.
It is. Wohlford is
Yeah.
where EastEnders. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, I never even thought about it.
Wow, I don't care.
There you go. I was just bringing it all together. Speaking of the EastEnders, Samantha Wohlford.
Oh, well, Nikki doesn't care. And who cares what Nikki thinks? No one. Okay, moving on. So she wanted to be YouTube famous, It was her number one goal. She was one of these try-hard losers. Posted every day, changed her hair, got a bunch of tattoos, wore a bunch of makeup, wore low-cut tops. You know the type. Thoughts.
I'm not biting on that, Richard. I know
Yeah,
exactly
me neither.
I know exactly which way you're going with that, and I'm not. I'm gonna say no. Ulster says no on that one, son.
Okay, anyway, she was one of those types of YouTubers. She posted a lot of vlogs about her daily life. When she wasn't getting enough attention, she changed to a new track, which was she started accusing her husband of abusing her. He was physically abusive, apparently. He used to punch her and her kids, who were always present in her videos because they were screaming in the background while she was ignoring them.
Oh, good mom.
So she rode the old abusive husband train for about a year. That didn't get her any traction. So she was obviously, I don't know, very high or something. And she was like, if this isn't working, what else can I try? Oh, I know. I could murder my husband and then I could play the single poor wife card on YouTube, which was apparently her plan because she hatched a plot with her three idiot friends to kidnap and murder her husband,
Wow.
which she accomplished. Her husband, Ernest Ernie Lee Ibarra, was kidnapped and murdered on February 20th, 2015. The police arrived. He was kidnapped. He was removed from the house. The police arrived at the house, and they were immediately suspicious of Samantha because she kept saying she didn't seem to give a shit. She had been tied up to a radiator, but she was already halfway freed from that. The kidnappers had not done a good job of tying her to the radiator. It was very much a very staged crime scene, if you know what I mean.
No, explain it to me in detail.
I just did. God,
Oh.
you're dumb. Can't you keep up? Anyway, during that night, she sent several text messages to the kidnappers saying, ditch the phone, get rid of that phone, usual stuff that you wouldn't send from your main phone, you'd send from a burner phone, but apparently she thought she was smart with the police. And, she was caught relatively quickly, and then COVID delayed her trial. And she was convicted 3 months ago and sentenced to 99 years.
Wow.
During the trial, she said that she'd been taking Ambien, so her whole, cognitive process was completely fucked up. She had no idea what she was doing or what she was saying because she was taking Ambien.
I don't buy that. I've taken Ambien before, and oddly, I can function pretty well on it. I wouldn't go murdering someone or pretending to kidnap someone on Ambien.
Right. Well, this whole thing had been planned months in advance.
Right, with friends. So she's
with
an idiot.
friends. So you can't really use the Ambien defense if this has been going on for months and months.
Right.
This was just a desperate attempt for fame and fortune. This is one of those women you see on Dr. Phil that are like, oh, I've been pregnant for 7 years, or, oh, I've got this juice that will cure homosexuality. Just a woman prepared to do or say anything for attention. That sounds sexist. A person prepared to say or do anything for attention. And that's what I wanted to talk about with you guys was this desperate search for fame that a lot of people from me and your generation, Nikki, seem to have. I mean, we were raised on reality TV, and it seems to have instilled in a large number of the population, and I include myself in that number because we do this podcast every week in the
Yeah.
vain hopes it will take off. You know, that being famous is so important that you're willing to murder the father of your 5 children.
See, I have to disagree with you. I wasn't like road rules and um, real life or whatever the crap they were. I I wasn't raised on reality TV. Like I watched MTV when music was still on MTV. As I got older, once I got into my 20s, yeah, I watched some reality TV, but that wasn't my formative years. Like I was watching Tales from the Crypt and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I do think that our generation tends to be like that, but I think a lot of it is the Gen Z as well that just has that need for attention. I also think it's a psychological issue. Maybe you didn't
Yeah,
get enough
Zoomers are
attention when
way
you were
worse.
younger.
Yeah, I know that millennials get all the shit, but Zoomers are way worse than us. But I was just saying, millennials, Zoomers, we have this need for attention that, I can't seem to explain, and to be that desperate for it. I mean, this isn't something new. You go back in time to the 70s, you got Pam Smart, who
Hmm.
murdered her husband because she was bored and wanted out of a relationship. That is a fairly decent motive for murder, in my opinion. But this woman literally killed her man just because she wanted attention, basically.
Yeah,
What's
but
her
look at
background? Do you know anything about like her upbringing?
Well, she was trailer trash, proper white trash. So I assume it was a bad upbringing.
Trailer trash doesn't necessarily mean like neglect or abuse. It could just mean that you know, not and you're not wealthy. Um, but I'm just wondering
That's
like
a fair point.
what made her so very like what made her desire that attention so very much. Like if this show took off, yay. If it doesn't, I love hanging out with you guys. Um, I just can't imagine what kind of
I
upbringing you
can't
have to
imagine
have.
being to the point where I would kill you or Kevin for attention.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. I can't imagine just being like, you know what? I'm gonna get together with my friends and kill someone so that I have a little bit of attention. Like that's not the attention that you want.
well, you would think not. Yeah, I mean,
Well, she wasn't looking for the attention of being a murderer. She was looking for the attention of being a poor single mother.
Right. She just happened to be an idiot.
Yeah.
right. But my point of the matter is how does she have this channel for this long, sort of portraying herself as this sort of abused wife and person with that in the house, and nobody seems to call the police.
Oh, they did. They did a bunch of times. The police investigated and found no wrongdoing. Social services, Child Protective Services investigated and found no wrongdoing in the house whatsoever. She was making it up. Oh,
Right.
Phil's in the chat. Hello, Phil.
I miss you, Phil.
Yeah, lots of people called the police and nothing happened. So she wasn't getting the attention she wanted from being the abused wife. So she went for the single mother card by murdering her husband.
Here's the thing. This tells you how dumb she is. Why would she get friends involved? The less people that know that you're going to kill this dude, the better.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know that's a sore point for me as well. It is way easier for one person to kill someone and get away with it than to involve a bunch of people because there's a bunch of weak links then.
Yes.
Exactly.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know who you can really trust in a
Yeah,
bind.
Mhm.
you can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I think there's a statistic of it's in the high 90s of the amount of people who you involve in a murder plot that actually will then, some point in their time in their life, confess to get it off their chest or whatever. I mean, it becomes a big burden, or somebody starts to put the pressure on them. They give it up because
Yeah.
I mean, basically, the only types of people who get away with that is, somebody who then thinks literally these people are going to kill me if I spill it,
Right.
or there's somebody there's a cabal of people outside prison who's going to get me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know.
I don't really understand that point. So, like, yeah, I'm sure the husband, I've seen videos of him. I'm sure he wasn't a saint, and I'm sure she was bored with him. But the bottom line is she literally killed him for attention. She took his life to get more clicks on YouTube. And I don't understand that process at all. Like, family annihilators make more sense to me than that. Like, Chris Watts just killed his wife and kids because he was bored. That makes more sense to me than a woman who murders her husband just so she can be like, oh, my husband is dead and I've got to raise these kids by myself. So she can get more clicks on YouTube. And her videos were dull. Like, even if she got away with it, it wasn't really going to make much difference because she was boring.
Right.
Sorry.
But that's the idea that everybody is thinks they're a natural entertainer. That's. I mean, from that standpoint, maybe that's the thing. I mean, we do. You would think that to the average person, and I would wonder this situation, why being a single divorced mother is that much different than being a single mother of a murdered
Because
husband.
she couldn't play the victim card.
Right.
If she was a
If she decided,
divorcee,
hmm
she
Yeah.
couldn't play the victim card.
Yeah. Well, if your husband's beating you and you can't live in a situation where you can be with your husband,
That wasn't working though. Not enough of a fan base was believing her.
yeah, I guess.
and
I don't
also
know.
on top of it, depending on her fan base and those she has sought attention from, say they were Christian or churchgoers or whatever her demographic was, they're not going to accept that.
Right. I guess that was maybe my point.
Yeah.
The difference of who is the person who is watching you,
Right.
and that obviously, to a certain degree, there are people in every country who think that divorce is not an acceptable way out.
Right.
Sadly, as that is.
Yep, they want you to, do all these little tips and tricks to make your man happy so he doesn't abuse you or whatever the purpose is. Like, you know,
Yeah.
divorce is not allowed.
No. No. Well,
You,
clearly that'll get you kicked out of a lot of religions. I mean, definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah. Or if not kicked out, then obviously estranged from the people in your community.
Yeah, depending on the religion.
Yeah.
Right. Which is a good reason to not go that route.
Yeah, but that's not one of those things where you have I mean, let's talk about that, Richard. I mean, if you're in that sort of situation, this is not something that you had a choice with. You were indoctrinated into that before you even had an opportunity. I mean, if your parents were of a religion and you were going to church since you were a wee baby, you're already sort of hooked into it. You know what I mean? You are a member of that without any sort of free will. It's not your free will to be a part of that. You are sort of indoctrinated into it. If you want to take your approach to that, to that, to that, it's not like people become 18 and then all of a sudden say, "I'm choosing my religion."
Yeah, okay, which is appreciated. But what's the fifth commandment?
I don't know.
Nikki, what's the fifth commandment?
Hold on, I'm trying to think.
Stop Googling.
I'm trying to
Well,
remember.
is it
Okay.
thou shalt not kill?
Yes,
No, it's not.
thou shalt not kill is the fifth
That's
commandment.
no, it's not.
Google it. I'll give you.
Thou shalt not kill is like further down.
It's the fifth commandment
Okay, the first one is like have no gods before me.
before me. Yeah.
Okay. Lord's name in vain.
Number 2. Yep.
Everybody thinks that anyway. I mean, you know what I mean.
Maybe it is thou shalt not kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It is. Okay, it is.
No gods before me. 1. Don't take the Lord's name in vain. 2. Keep the Lord's day. 3. Honor thy father and thy mother. 4. Thou shalt not kill. 5. Adultery. 6. Steal. 7. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, 5 is.
I only count them in the order that I broke them. So, you know, that's the way that goes. But what I'm saying is you know, and you know, realistically, if you were going to even do that, you know, if you take the original translation, it would have to be "Thou shalt not do murder." Obviously,
Thou shalt not do murder.
do
Thou
murder.
shalt not do murder.
Yeah,
But you're free to be a party to murder.
Well, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, obviously, in the event of, I mean, if we all believe that the fifth commandment was "Thou shalt not kill," there would be no wars. But there's clearly wars of a religious nature, and has been for
Forever.
a very, very.
Yeah, for some reason, everyone's really shit hot on Leviticus and all that stuff, but everyone ignores the fifth commandment. I've never really understood that.
Yeah.
Like, gay people can't get married, but fill your boots on the whole murder thing. You know, I've never followed the logic there.
Well, that's the thing. That's the difference between justifiable.
Sorry, Nikki. I don't mean to be.
You're not offending me at all. You're
Okay.
absolutely correct. Yeah, no.
No, yeah,
you
we're
know,
also-
I'm not sensitive about that stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know,
It's on the list. We're not allowed to talk about religion, politics, or toast.
Or toast. Yeah.
So I didn't want to.
What about French toast? Are you specifically?
We don't talk about toast, Kevin. We don't need another repeat of the great toast debacle of 2016.
Which I won.
There were no winners, Nikki. No one won.
There's only losers in the
There
toast.
was only losers.
There's only losers in the toast debate, for sure.
I won.
Religion or politics or toast. We don't go there, Kevin. So that's why I'm sort of hesitant to enter the fray on this conversation. But the fact remains, thou shalt not
You're
kill.
you're the one that brought it up. You said
I didn't bring it up. You two brought it up. You were the one going on about indoctrination, and Nikki was the one going on about ultra-religious household not wanting to be shamed by the community for divorcing.
Well, but that's not necessarily a religious discussion as much as it is a historical discussion. I mean, if that's the case, then we can't talk about the Salem witch trials without bringing, you know, from.
Sorry, Kevin. I couldn't hear you because your head is shoved so far up Nikki's ass right now. I can't hear a thing you're saying.
Exactly where he likes it to be.
Yeah.
You wish you were so lucky.
Hey, no.
Normally, she's accusing me of sticking my head up your arse, and you're the one with the microphone this weekend that sounds like you're shoving up both our arses.
It's true.
Wow. Okay.
All right, you got your head in a toilet bowl? You hung over today, sweetie?
No, my regular mic broke, and all I had
no.
was my emergency backup mic, and it's not very good. So
I'm sorry, sweetie.
that's all right. I'm sure it's just a short wire. I'll be able to fix it.
Yeah, well, he'll be able to fix it, but he's got to use his voice changing uh, porn mic for the.
Okay, it's just I don't have a windsock on it. Okay, it's not that bad. I've listened to it. It's just a bit bassy.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's your porn mic. You don't have a sock on it, like your cock.
Yeah, baby.
Mm.
Can't can't wait to get all of that custard out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, get that custard out.
I'm gonna pour this custard all over that jelly.
I love custard all over my jelly.
I wasn't talking about you specifically. Just meant in general.
Fine, be
Gonna
that way. Just get
gonna
me all
pour
hot and bothered.
gonna pour some custard over some jelly.
Yeah,
Anyway. Oh,
I think you need to explain what jelly is because the
no,
otherwise
I don't.
the expression that ooh heck, that must be jelly because jam don't shake like that doesn't make any sense as as it would be because jelly is jello as far as a British person is concerned, obviously a gelatin based product, not like grape jelly.
I don't think you're ready for this jelly discussion.
Yeah, because my
We're
body
getting
is.
off topic here. We're going down Kevin's perverted mind tunnel.
It's always
Right.
me. It's always me and my.
Yes,
And
yes, it is. It is always you.
oh, okay.
We're going into winter now, so Phil might be available. So maybe we can get rid of Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Kick
no,
me, kick me to the curb.
no.
That's the way I look at it. Is I will just do the Bootylicious podcast where I just, you know, have Niggy make noises and quote, song lyrics, and I'll just want to sing them.
Oh,
I'd be
Phil,
awesome at that. Just quoting song lyrics. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Sounds like a
Phil,
good job.
I can
Phil
make.
isn't playing along anyway, so the whole thing's ruined. Thanks, Phil. But anyway, Samantha Wohlford, back on topic. That mentality of murdering your significant other for fame, for YouTube clicks, is like the most whack shit I can comprehend. Like, even Ted Bundy, there was a reason there. You know, his mother was his sister. He was a little confused. He had narcissistic depletion. He stole, he killed. That makes sense to me. Jeffrey Dahmer, adopted, not really liked by anyone, bullied a lot. Makes sense. But murdering your husband because you want a few more YouTube clicks, I don't get it. It wouldn't have worked. She was boring. Her videos were boring. She didn't have a great pair of tits. She was never going to make it.
Wow.
I'm just calling it like it is.
She
Right,
didn't
but
have
I
a
mean,
great pair of tits. She never would have made it.
yeah,
Hey, and all the other reasons. She was boring. It's okay if you're boring if you've got a rocking pair of tits. I'm just being honest. All right.
what if you look at people who sort of are in gangs and have to kill somebody to get into the gang or something like that. I mean, this is a wee bit different, but I mean, people get killed for literally no reason whatsoever, and
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I guess that's the difference. Is
But there's a reason, Kevin.
yeah,
You kill
well,
this dude, you're in with the gang.
yeah, it's all acceptance based, but it sounds like to me that's what this is too. It's a
That's
question of
absolutely. I have to agree with Kevin here. It is acceptance. It's a form of feeling accepted, having people accept you for not even necessarily who you are, because a lot of people on YouTube, especially, are given, that's not who they are.
right.
They might
Most
be
people are.
total. Yeah,
Well,
most of
most
them
people
are,
right now are close to anything. I mean, from the standpoint of that, I think people actually get a pretty good indication of who we are.
that's true.
Like it or leave it. You know what I mean? It's not always great, and
But we're
some of the
also not doing the show just for the sake of getting people to listen. Like, sure, it would be great if it took off, but we're going to continue to do it even if it doesn't.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah. No, no. I wouldn't. I would not. I would. I would never anticipate a show where 3 people get on and just bullshit
On
for an
average, we get about 100 views per episode,
Yeah,
average rate. And
yeah,
I'm happy with that. The
yeah.
thought of murdering you or Kevin just for a few extra clicks, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't
I
get
agree.
it.
I agree. I wouldn't do
Thank
it.
you, Psych Toad, for your continued support. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, SoFlo. Thanks for everyone who keeps listening. But I'm not willing to murder someone just for a few extra clicks. The golden age of YouTube has long since passed. You can't make bank on this platform anymore.
Well, but people are still obviously trying. I mean, this is the idea that if you I think it's called Social Blade or something like that, where you can look at it and say what people are making per year. I know
Yeah.
it's addition. If it's not a lot, but then from that standpoint, some people make.
Millions.
Well, some people make millions, but the average person, even if you look at people who potentially we have bumped into over the years in the Bigfoot community who make money off that. Uh, it's not. I mean, they don't make that much money. I mean, like I would say, like even people who really piss people off a lot of times, like you know Steve Isdall or something like the How to Hunt guy. I mean, he makes maybe 2 to 3 thousand sometimes a month, but he's doing it
See,
every
if
day.
he just talked about hunting, I'd like him.
Yeah. But I mean, the average Joe who's making a video, who's got like 4,000 hits on it, and he makes 1 or 2 videos a month. I mean, like Daily Dan. Let's take Daily Dan for we haven't
Can
talked
we
about.
not? Can we
Oh,
never mention him again,
yeah,
please?
but I'm saying he
No.
probably makes $20 a month at the very most making YouTube videos, and that wasn't even pay for his gas to get there. So, I mean, like I said, if unless you've got in the multiples of thousands of like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, don't even fucking bother. You know what I mean? Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, just do what you enjoy doing. Do it for fun.
Yeah, because it clearly doesn't. All it does is just piss people off. I mean, if I
Yeah.
have to watch one more video where it's like, okay, he's going to talk for 2 seconds, and then there's going to be an ad, and then there's going to talk for 2 more seconds, and then there's going to be an ad. I mean, it's just like I really don't care to watch that anymore, unless I decide I'm going to pay YouTube to $10 a month or whatever it is to not watch ads.
Yeah, no, that's never going to happen for me.
Yeah, not going to happen.
I have plenty. I have subscriptions to just about every channel, but YouTube is never going to get that from me.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you, Nikki. I can't even fathom the idea of it. You know what I mean? Can't even fathom the idea of that because, with YouTube you're just getting all the different levels of production value. It could be highly produced and really good,
Hmm.
or it could be, not just terrible.
Right, and I also like the ability to. I have some people that I watch or listen to that I intentionally will watch the entire ad because I want to give them money and support. If I paid, I don't feel like I would be giving them the money and support that I would be if I watched an entire ad for them.
Right. Well, that's true. That's true. But then again, it's one of those things where if you put an ad in there, then you've got a microscope up your ass too, trying to
That's
figure out
true.
what it is that you're trying to do. Like from that standpoint, Richard, um, the types of things we can share sometimes on this channel are limited by the fact that, or not limited by the fact that we don't have ads. You know what I mean? We could actually, you know, comment on
But
something.
they put ads on this show.
Do they?
Yeah, I've listened to some shows and they put ads on it.
I've never seen that.
I listened to the show. I've never heard ads, but I mean, I'm okay with it, I guess. But
Maybe that's probably because Richard is located in the uh different country.
yeah, Richard does get a lot more ads than what I do in the US. Because we'll be watching something, I'm like, wow, you got another ad? And it's just like, it's not like that whenever I'm watching on, on mine.
Yeah. It's very difficult.
Because people might not know this. Richard and I, give each other shit, but we're good friends. So we watch stuff on YouTube together sometimes. And yeah, I've never.
Let's dial that back to known associates, shall we?
Wow.
That is absolutely bullshit. You guys
Absolutely.
you guys are thick as thieves.
We are.
I'm sorry.
We are good mates, yes. And I
Yeah.
will never repeat that again. But we are good mates. Oh, fuck beans.
What happened?
That was a hiccup.
Was it?
Yeah.
I've had the hiccups for the last 10 minutes. I've tried to keep myself muted.
I seriously thought your ferret climbed up the thing and bit your beanbag.
I hate hiccups. It's the worst feeling in the world.
Yep, I'll have mine for like a couple of hours sometimes. It's bad.
Psychic Psych Toad, why don't you suggest a topic for next week? For next week's show.
For next week.
You could
The
either
elephant in It Takes Two, Nikki.
yeah.
What?
The elephant in It Takes Two.
Oh, you're a dick.
I all I'm saying is no, you can imagine Richard with the hiccups, or you can imagine him with his lover currently shafting him from behind.
I like the second one better. Like the
Yeah.
latter choice.
Pick a topic for next week.
Woohoo! Oh, Psychic Psych Toad's got one.
What is it? What do we have?
I don't know.
So
Hold
Glow
on.
suggested one once, so, and Psychic Psych Toad is here a lot, so I'm going to give him a topic choice. Oh, bollocks.
Choice. It's getting rimmed a little bit too hard.
Yeah, your mum is kind of feisty.
But she's good at what she does, isn't she?
Damn you.
You always calling me a hoe. I got it from my mama.
I got it from my mama.
That's right. Thank you for knowing the reference.
I do know. I'm very good with the old songs.
Me too.
Richard. Poor old Richard. He's just gonna mute himself the whole time.
He's gonna stay there forever.
He's sulking. Poor
Ah,
old Richard is sulking.
Life is so good when Richard's silent.
Well, you see, the problem with me is I feel bad for him. I'm like, okay, can't defend himself, so we probably shouldn't just beat him. We shouldn't just team up on him.
No, I take full advantage of this.
Yeah.
No, the best hiccups cure, Jet Sex, is to hold your breath and swallow 3 times.
No, it's not. You take vinegar.
Yeah, well, how come my
stops your
hiccups
system.
have gone now?
I'm just waiting. You've spoken too soon. Some shit's gonna happen soon. I'm gonna laugh at you.
Hiccups are gone because I held my breath and I swallowed 3 times.
You're good at swallowing, aren't you?
But you got to do it dry. You can't have a drink or anything. You got to dry swallow 3 times.
Yeah, you got to do it dry, Kevin.
Yeah, just
So
remember.
when you're
Just
swallowing,
remember,
do it dry.
I'm recording all these different things, and if there is a song where it comes up, just remember you got to do it dry with
You
Rich.
gotta do it dry with Richard.
That's fine. I know it's cool. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm just
I don't care. I don't care.
having your fun over there. You know, whatever. Doesn't bother me. I mean, we were trying to have a conversation about a woman who murdered her husband, and you guys took it to a perverted place. But whatever, you know. On a completely unrelated note, if you've ever fancied a career in podcasting, you can reach me on Facebook, Richard Allen.
Yeah, he's
Happy
looking.
to-
He's looking for a new. He's looking for a couple of new hosts.
Couple of new co-hosts wouldn't
Yeah,
hurt nothing.
I'm just going to go into full time marketing for Dick's Sausage.
Anyway, I need a new
Good
topic for
old
next week.
sausage.
Psychic Psych Toad. I'm giving you the floor here, matey.
He or she. I'm sorry, I don't know your gender, psychic psychtoad.
Yes.
I'm assuming your gender because
I'm
I'm
assuming
basically-
you are a male. I could be absolutely wrong.
But like, whatever. I'm totally supportive of whatever gender you choose to be.
It's true. I am.
Yeah, right, Jet Sex. I'll give you that one. That's fair enough.
Yeah. Lovely career and pod.
I'm going to pin that one to the podcast. Oh, there we go.
A
I once
4-foot.
saw metal bat. Nikki saw some lights the other night. Why don't you tell them that story?
Why? You're just gonna yawn at me again?
I totally am.
Yeah, never mind. I almost got abducted. I don't know. There's a Navy base very close by me. I just assumed that it was some kind of new plane or something.
Is it the Navy base that's down in the swamp there in Tennessee?
Oh yeah, the swamps of Tennessee. Yeah, that's where it is.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Well, somebody had said something about swamps in Tennessee at one point.
Yeah, that person, very knowledgeable.
There are swamps in Tennessee. I've seen YouTube videos.
Good for you.
You're both wrong and you're both a basic.
Yeah, that's
I knew.
very true. I am very basic.
Anyway, UFOs, you guys want to talk about that next week?
Sure, we
Absolutely.
can talk about UFOs.
Yes.
Nikki can talk about how she's tried to get abducted and probed numerous times.
Gosh, I want to. I just want them to stick me in the zoo. We'll talk about that next time. I want to live in an alien zoo. Think about it.
Oh, I
She
thought
wants to
we'd
be
already.
menagerie.
I thought we had already had this conversation online, and then I just realized it was online, but not in the general public. And,
Right.
and so, my addition to that.
Don't, not yet. You have to wait
No,
till next week.
I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. But Richard might be disappointed in my views of what monkeys do in the zoo. All right, that's it.
Kevin, my opinion of you could not get any lower. Nothing you could say could disappoint me at this stage.
Really?
Wow. Well, I think you're great. You're
only-
swell, Kevin.
If you know what, if the only way is up, then there's nothing you can. I mean, that is the critical stage to
That's
be
a
at.
good place to be.
Right. In
If
other
it
words,
can't get any worse, that means you can only get better.
well, that's the way I look at it. That is true freedom. When you
That's right.
when it cannot get any worse, then you have achieved true freedom. because anything from here is better than where I'm at now. Think about it.
Optimism.
That'll wrap us up for this week. We will return next week, despite the hopes of many, to discuss UFOs. Not anything specific, just the concept and Nikki's desire to be probed. She wants double probing, DP.
DP, double probing.
She does love Dr. Pepper.
I do.
Yes.
Let me some good old DP.
Nikki's a big fan of DP. We will return next week. It's good night from me, and it's good night from them. Good night.
Night.
Richard Socks.
Disco